Okay, so this is week 5 of our service learning project in INTS 3330, where we're doing the service learning project for the students in Zanzibar. This week was the week that assignment 2 was due, actually today. Today's Tuesday. We had class today. In class, we worked together on developing lesson plans for Standard 2, Lesson 4 and 5, because one of our group members did not get their portion taken care of. So we did that today together in class, which was actually pretty good because we were able to kind of communicate more with each other about the style of lesson plans that we think would be useful, and then, kind of open up to more discussion about, exactly what we would consider to be a useful activity, or if we think that worksheets work better, or games, or matching, or more interactive physical games like throwing a ball back and forth in a circle. We just kind of got to talk about all those ideas, and I got to kind of talk about all the other lesson plan ideas that I had seen from the assignments that have been submitted to me already, and kind of brag on everyone because everyone really did a really great job. All of the lessons, everyone gave multiple options for activities that we could do, which is going to be really helpful when it comes down to making the actual workbook, because, if we start to develop some type of an activity or project, we kind of realize it might not work the way we had hoped to, we have backup plans. So that's why I wanted everyone to give at least 2 to 3 options per each lesson they were assigned, so that we could, edit that as much as we needed to if an activity wasn't going to work out. So the way I had assigned different lessons to each group member for assignment 2 was each group member got 2 lessons. I just kind of went in alphabetical order in assigning them just to make it fair and make it easy. So for the 2 lessons, I sent out everyone a template, and on the template it had on top you were to write your lesson number and the topic, and then some of them had subtopics, so people just included those after. So lesson number and topic, and then your next subheading was suggested activity per lesson, and then I had written, please provide at least 2 or 3 per lesson. So then underneath that heading is where they would bullet point all of their different ideas for each of those lessons. For that particular lesson, most people gave 3 or more, so people were really, getting their creative juices flowing and doing a good job with that. And then the third subheading was materials needed, because I wanted to be sure that everyone kept in mind the limited resources that are available to these students in Zanzibar, so I wanted to be sure that they listed every possible material that might be needed, so that we were sure that it was going to be something that was actually plausible to do for these classrooms and these materials that are available to these schools in Zanzibar. So everyone got their assignment to me, except for that one person. Everyone did a really good job. I just finished putting together the final product, so I will be submitting that tonight. I had positive evaluations for everyone in the group evaluations. Like I said, everyone really did a great job. Some people, no one really did the bare minimum. Everyone kind of went above and beyond with their creativity, and I think that was really mostly because this type of an assignment is so much more different than the type of stuff we probably all do in our other college courses. This is more this is, like I said, more creative. It's not so black and white. It's not like a research paper. It's not, like a math equations. It's just really thinking about how we can really help to make these kids' lives better. And it was really good to hear from other people today talking about how this particular class and project has become to be really meaningful to them after learning about the conditions and the expectations for these kids in this part of Africa. I think we all kind of got our heartstrings tugged on a little bit because we want to help, and the opportunity that we have here to actually help is awesome. And I'm really glad that everyone's excited for it, because it makes it a lot more enjoyable to work with people who are excited to really help, not just get a grade in the class, which is obviously important too, but we really do want to help, and I think we all want to be able to brag about what we did when it's completed. So that was kind of a look back at last week and what we completed as of today. Also today we were looking forward to assignment 3, which is due just after spring break in March. So for assignment 3, Dr. Tanner would like us to create an outline a rough draft outline of the workbook that we're hoping to have created by the end of the semester. So we have this example workbook that we're kind of going off of that Erica, one of our group members, brought. She got it from a teacher supply store, and it is, I believe, for first graders in America who are learning, basic reading and writing and identifying animals and colors and describing appearances, adjectives, things like that, all the kinds of things that these students in Zanzibar are needing to learn. So she brought in this workbook that's actually a real workbook she got from a teacher supply store, and it has a really simple to follow outline, all of these activities with, great illustrations and fill in the blanks and vocabulary lists, and that is what we are trying to model our product after. So we are hoping to create this workbook similar to the one that we're using as an example and be able to ship that off to Zanzibar and just kind of see how our ideas work over there. They're really going to implement them, and we're really going to get some feedback hopefully about what we can improve, what classes in subsequent semesters can do to make this easier. We also have a new teaching assistant. Oh, I forgot her name. I think it's Gabriella. Anyways, sorry. She is from Colombia. Gosh, I hope that's right. I think it is. She's from Colombia, and English was her second language. She grew up there, and she had to learn English as her second language so that she could attend college. And then when her family moved over here, obviously to communicate anything, you need to know English. So she is going to be a very useful source in giving us feedback on our lesson outlines and kind of telling us if she thinks these ideas will work and what worked for her whenever she was learning English. So I'm really excited to have her point of view on all of this. We're definitely going to utilize her for some feedback on our ideas to make sure that what we are implementing is going to be useful. So she's going to hopefully be able to look over our rough draft workbook. We're going to, do a couple of group meetings here in the next 3 or so weeks before this assignment is due. We want to try and get it done before spring break, since I think we're all traveling for spring break. So we're going to meet together in the library or during Thursday's class time, since we only have class on Tuesday, and try and work together to get this rough draft put together with illustrations, taking the lesson plan outline of assignment 2 and really just making it more detailed and really putting together like what we really want to do for this workbook. Dr. Tanner is going to be looking into some funding options so that we can actually create this workbook and we can all have a copy to have with us after graduation so that we can show people what we did, show future employers what we did, because I think it's going to be really valuable. It's going to showcase a lot of our talents, and it's also going to, just really show, especially a future employer, the type of work that we're capable of, especially something like teamwork. Obviously, we did this whole project as a group, and also our creativity, which is, great to bring into any company and organization. So assignment 3 is what's coming up, so we're going to start working on that, like I said, in the next couple of weeks. So I'm sure I'll be updating in my journal about how those group meetings are going and getting all of these details hammered out and getting these worksheets and games really put together. So I think that's going to be really exciting. So I'll be reporting on that next time. But that's all I have to report. We got assignment 2 finished. I think we did a great job. And I'm excited to see how this workbook comes together. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Week 6 next week. Thank you.